Doesn't he? Don't you just lose? You can't egg. Isn't egging really hard this game already?
Okay.
There's a really good egg hitters.
I mean, Phoenix is a good hero.
Phoenix is a fantastic hero.
Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of ways for them to take him down. And there's your
the
storm. Bang on. So it is going to be probably a Chalice.
Chalice Mirana, I think. Maybe not 100% determined yet.
We have seen safe lane storm being tried, but it's not going to happen with Mirana again.
I've seen FY. I've seen FY play the Mirana.
I thought you were going to say you've seen FY play the storm.
The storm,
oh
Jesus.
Roaming storm. My wildest dreams. So Thunder, 5th ban. What do they want to take away? As we would expect. I mean, if they do play Chalice on the Mirana, it feels like a very sort of glass cannon lineup. Because who do you have in the front lines? Or is the storm bullying in enough? Like, do you need sort of that frontline hero? Because you don't really have anyone to jump in and stand at the front.
That's not what the usually Drow lineups are about, though, right? The Drow lineup is usually group
Don't you
up.
normally like to have one hero that's
one
building,
hero?
Because who's building the auras?
It's
true, you're not building the auras on Mirana.
So maybe it is support Mirana, and I think, dude, Brew. I'm telling Brew. Did I pick Brew?
So
I'm calling it.
Thunder,
I'm calling
Thunder
Brew.
don't think so. They think, as you say, Chalice, he's playing Mirana. They ban out a support hero.
That's the likely expectation.
Sure, but I think it makes much better sense, as you say, if they get Chalice on something with a bit of beef, someone that can just jump in, not worry too much about being focused down, can build the auras for this Drow strat. But yeah, the Phoenix pick will be, and it is in terms of the lanes now. But that's going to be what, a Phoenix support? Or you think it's going to be a Wraith King support? It's
Phoenix
a bit of a crazy draft.
I think it would be Phoenix. Oh, actually, now that you mention it, maybe it's
how
Wind
does it
Ranger
all fit
offlane and
together?
then Phoenix Wraith King support. LGD's is looking much more standard, and their team fight's a little bit lackluster on LGD in comparison, I guess, to Thunder just because the Phoenix. But I don't think Phoenix is going to get the chance to get these eggs off in this right now. It's 4 ranged heroes.
10 seconds remaining.
So let's see what they do here. LGD's final pick.
5 seconds
as we do, so Thunder is a support, and it's going to be a Willow.
So Venge Willow supports Mirana offlane.
Oh, they're going to try
that's
and
some
them.
way to. I think that might be their only solution. That might have been the only one.
And yeah, the FY Willow. I do. Overall, you look at this LGD lineup, and it feels pretty terrifying. It feels pretty terrifying. It is going to be what? Sylar Wraith King, Freeze on the Weaver, Yang Broodmother. So sort of switching it around.
Wind Ranger Phoenix supports.
Yeah.
No Flame. Last time we saw Yang Prey Brood, he had a very rough time. This was at
I
Super
remember
Major,
that game.
where
that wasn't great.
He didn't go Medallion on Broodmother.
He did a lot of things wrong, didn't he?
He actually did something that was ahead of the meta, though. He went the Aquila, which I don't think most people really are too favorable about, but he skipped Medallion, and then he went to Diffusal. Diffusal is the new build.
Wow, I want to find that game.
That game was a rough one.
How do I find that?
It was Super Major, that's all I know. I can find it. I probably still have it open.
I want to find that game.
I definitely still have it open.
Because that was a rough... Oh, I remember that game.
You're remembering that game, right?
I think some of the viewers will have remembered Yang's Brood as well. It was not great.
Wait, where is it?
Who did he play against? I think it was against Optic. It was this one, wasn't it? What was that game? No, not that one.
No, it's not even here. Are you thinking about a different team? Wasn't it Yang? No,
Wait,
there it is. I found it.
I found it.
Oh.
Which one was it? Oh, it was against Optic.
It was against Optic.
It was what, game 2?
They dual laned him mid, to be fair. It was a Morphling Rubik dual lane versus the Brood, but yeah, Yang's up. So we'll see what he can do better. We'll see what he can do better this time around.
But you say so. I want to see what actually happened. What went down?
Dude, he went.
Wait, I can't find this. You said it was against Optic.
Yeah, it's right there. You just skipped it.
You're just
looking at it.
My bad. Was it game 1 and game 2?
This one was game 2.
Oh yeah.
Right.
All right. Well, we'll see. Maybe you have rough games on Brood, so maybe he's got it in the bag this time. We'll see. Yang Broodmother.
Everyone always makes the jokes about China playing Brood. Sometimes they have some trouble with it, but I think Yang's been one of the few that's been playing it for a while.
Okay.
So we'll see what he can make happen.
But as we say, PSG.LGD's lineup looking terrifying. They get a 5th pick FY Dark Willow. That's always going to be feeling very good for them, especially when it has that Drower as well. This hero already hits incredibly fast, incredibly hard. As a support, with that aura, the punches are going to be even nicer.
Yeah.
So we shall see.
I do think that this Brood was like one of the last things that could maybe try to fix what was going on, because Thunder's draft looks pretty. It's like all single target, right? LGD has a very strong Drow lineup. So
they do. They really do, and they don't have, as I said, sort of the beef on the front lines, but now they've got these two sort of elusive heroes. The Storm can go in, FY can go in on the front with the Shadow Realm. It's very hard to sort of kill him off. Freeze does juke the arrow there with the Shikuchi. And we'll see how well Freeze can lane against this full 5 range strat that are going to be benefiting from the Drow aura.
I think Fade's gonna really struggle to get Supernovas off in this game, man. Everybody can just hit that from a distance. They've all got everything enabled.
But cool, yeah, Phoenix, it's a good hero for a lot of reasons other than the Supernova. You know?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean the Fire Spirits.
Yeah, it's a hero that you can absolutely still understand.
But
you wanted to pick, even if you know that you're going to struggle against Supernova. You got to have a great spell.
The battle begins.
Battle around the rune. FY wants it. He's able to get it. He may pay with his life here.
Wait, no, he didn't get it. FY didn't get it.
Oh, he didn't get it.
No,
Oh,
Freeze
sorry.
Freeze
Grabbed it. FY is dead.
First blood.
He actually didn't.
For Freeze.
That looked very strange. He missed his root, or he put it. He only put the 1 on top of it, and also it looked like Ame had no interest in even walking toward that. That looked very bizarre. The way that they approached it. Anyway, Thunder got themselves first blood and 3 bounties. Off to a good start.
Let's see how this bit goes. So, in theory, Brood against a Storm should be great. But the Storm sort of does alright, right? With the burst, the remnants, you can look to try and burst down some of the spiders.
Yep, he's got Drow Aura too. So, first 2 waves, he's gonna get a level advantage, and then the remnant. Sure, the magic resistance comes out on the spiders, but should be able to constantly push those waves in as a Storm early on versus an early level Brood.
Bottom, DDC, Nova.
That's always the thing about Brood, right? It's like it takes some time. You have to build up your spiderlings. And oh, Yang actually just misclicked his first spiderling. He used it on Somnus, not the creep. So no spiders for him. FY.
Nearly dying.
Very low.
Oh, Fade chops in and cancels the salve. So FY is going to have to sit around pretty low. It's got tangos. And we'll drop a tree to chomp on it.
Bottom doing Wraith King and Wind Ranger. Venturana just feels quite a bit stronger in this one because dual range. They also have the Drow Aura and just constant wave of towers, so they've got that harassment that's going to be coming out on Sylar, but the double stuns can still come out.
Top lane getting aggressive here onto FY. FY will fall. Another kill on this top lane between Freeze and Fade. They'll turn towards Ame as well, diving in. He'll turn with the Gust, trying to slow down the pursuit. As Freeze will dive forward with the Shikuchi, looks towards Ame. The Curse Crown is on Freeze, but Freeze gets the double kill. Can FY at least find him in return? I think he's gonna be, Freeze got the Shikuchi back up in time. Doesn't quite come back up on time, so FY will manage to at least find the trade.
This top lane's not going great for them, though. The combination of the Fire Spirits plus bugs, they can't actually kill the bugs on themselves. The attack speed slow. They turned and I saw them trying to hit it, and they just couldn't kill it.
Yeah.
That was actually a really cool combo. FY level 3 now here. Bramble doesn't quite connect.
But I mean, as we can see, there's another attempt onto Ame. Ame just having to dive all the way back under tower. So for FY, they're both so low on that top lane. Bottom lane, DDC getting gone upon with the leap forward. They'll find the kill. Chalice and X-Nova get one of them. Magic Missile as well onto the Ray King, jumping forward, trying to find Sylar. He has got the stick charges. Turns with the Ray Fire Blast onto the Vengeful Spirit, and Sylar will be fine.
Where did Courier die? Dire Courier's dead. Died to spiders? I don't think so. Whose items were on it? Denied. I did not get to see where it died.
It's going to mean that Somnus is going to have a bit of trouble getting the bottle out to him, as he did just purchase it.
That's going to change a little bit of that matchup in the mid lane, but Somnus is doing great already, getting a lot of those spiders with the right clicks. And it looks like FY's going to bring the bottle. Okay. So since the courier was killed, he's just decided, Ame, good luck. You're fully sacked. And speaking of Ame, we'll go down.
The price they pay for FY turning into the bottle courier. Ame's lane getting well and truly crushed here between Freeze and Fade's aggression. Bottom lane, another attempt here from both sides. In fact, the Magic Missile is there onto Sylar, actually cancelling that crit before it came down onto
DDC though.
CDC trying to hide. Chalice is there, chasing him down.
Has the win run, has the salve.
Does manage to keep a bit of right click, does manage to as well get away.
Uh-oh. Chalice is stuck for a second.
He's surrounded by creeps. And yeah, he's dead. He can't get out. Stuck in by the creeps.
Outplayed by DDC. Abusing that fog of war.
Oh, not again.
Oh, Ame, run.
Ame. He's running.
They've got Fade, but Ame.
Oh, this Drow Ranger's lane is... It's just over up on this top lane. What's that? How many times has he gone down now on the Drow? That's
3?
3 deaths in this first 4 minutes. It's a rough lane. Freeze.
Right. Thunder.
He's trying for FY and he'll get it too. I mean, Freeze, he's got 6 kills at 4 minutes in. He is loving life up on this top lane.
Power of Weaver was one of the other heroes that people were talking about a lot, right? Getting those opportunities to dive. I mean, LGD, they misplayed quite a lot in that top lane, though, with FY and Ame. They seem to be on completely different pages in like all the situations, right?
Yeah.
Like they're running opposite directions. Even for the level 1 rune play, they both seem to have a different idea of what they wanted to go for.
I mean, it feels like it's a lane that maybe you just can't even play. That dual lane just seems to straight out lose.
Yeah.
So as you said, the Phoenix Weaver combo. How do you deal with it with a Willow and a Drow?
Not die right at the start.
Right. Sure, I mean
now
it's sort of got off to a good start, but at this point.
I mean, at this point, it's a level 5 Weaver with Treads Aquila versus a level 2 Drow.
FY's out of there.
Ame's gonna, yeah, he has to TP instantly to base, because otherwise Freeze kills him alone. Oh my god, Freeze almost actually just killed him anyway.
Bottom lane, Chalice trying to find the arrow to DDC, won't find the connection. Turn, quick shackle onto X-Nova, just holding him back.
Bramble's off the mark again by FY. A couple in a row now.
Mid lane, Somnus 45 to 6 against the 33 for 7, still having that lead on Yang. There's bottom.
I think Yang's been, oh nice. Yang's been using spiders to actually kill the runes. I think he just sent them bottom to kill it. So Somnus won't be able to refill that bottle.
Sala gets the skeleton army out. To lead towards an X-Nova with the Brave Fire Blast. X-Nova will surely burn down here as we've got the rotation from Fade on his Phoenix.
Somnus, time for him to get chased down now too. Yang has built up the army. Somnus is out of mana, no bottle charges either, trying desperately to get to the shrine.
Oh, and he might just do so. No.
Oh, so close.
Gust is attempting from the side to try and push back the chase, but won't be successful. Top lane Freeze. Actually looking to go for FY here. He can look to dive as he does have time lapse available if it gets a little too risky. The root does hold him back, but the stun, oh, it catches him off guard. FY drawing him in. And X-Nova's there with the surprise play. As the greed gets the better of him there, Freeze.
Already 3k advantage. With the courier kill plus all these other individual kills.
It's not surprising. The Drow, he's only got 10 CS.
He's bottom 2 net worth.
And he's in the jungle.
Almost everybody else in the game is ahead of him now.
That's a level 3 Drow.
Somnus jumps forward.
Over here now.
So some bottle charges will be safe. But his
But
tower's starting to get pretty low. And they have to they're just trying to make some space to hope that Ame can farm. But here we go. Yang does get caught by the Bramble, but they don't have enough backup.
And he's fine. And now FY's got to be careful. DDC will click and push it back. I mean, it looks fantastic for Thunder. They go into this lane stage against a full 5 range strat with the Drow Aura, and they're crushing it. 4k advantage, 8 minutes in. The Drow, Ame, as I say, he's still level 3, and he's just hitting creeps in the jaw. He can't go anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really. I don't know. I don't think the top lane should go that badly. Okay. I'll be totally honest with you. Like, the way that it happened, it seems so bizarre to what's going on, because it's a 5k advantage, and we're at 8 minutes, so things went, I mean, drastically wrong.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that at all for PSG.LGD. As they, I mean, in sort of the first games that we have seen today, they're looking a little rough. Obviously, it's just the very early stages of the TI. The first few series. And at the same time, you know, Thunder, they're looking pretty great. They're coming in with their own sort of style, their drafts. We saw them pick Phoenix in a game where we were like, whoa, picking Phoenix? And it's paying off because Sort of as we said as well, you know, that the fact that it does so much more than just the supernova. It's
Yeah,
it's
the combo
about
in the
this
lane.
lane dominance.
Definitely.
And
See?
DDC
Gets out.
gets out.
And top, Chalice. I mean, Freeze is just in a mode where he doesn't care about anything in this game. He's got Treads, a Killa, and a Javelin at 9 minutes in the game. Things
Bottom
you
lane.
don't really see happening.
There's a Venge out alone, a quick crypt from Sylar. Drops down X Nova. And now being behind against this Broodmother lineup.
I mean, Ame's level 4. He has queued up the Tome of Knowledge. He's bought some Wraith Bands.
I mean, he needs a whole library
Yep.
if he wants to catch up at this stage. It's been a rough start for the Drow.
Oh boy.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So Yang did skip the medallion again, though. Did go for the Treads, Aquila, Soul Ring. Ame, surrounded, very dead.
Dire's
Absolutely.
bottom tower is under attack.
Can they catch Freeze, though? This would be a big kill if they can actually get it. The Bramble will connect with the arrow. And they do get Freeze. It's ominous even. Just make sure. Zip's a long way away.
It's a lot of resources just for one kill. Sure, it's an important
Dire's
kill, but
bottom
mid
tower
lane
is
Yang
under attack.
continues to get the space to push in on mid. Bottom lane, Sylar taking the tier 1 tower.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
7k already.
It's
Jeez.
I mean, Thunder. And as sort of we've been saying, this was not the team that you necessarily expected. That they've turned up. They are looking very hot.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely playing their lanes really strongly. They're punishing LGD's mistakes heavily, and now it's like, where does this Drow catch up? Storm wants to be jungling. Storm doesn't want to be really fighting so much, and there's a Broodmother who's just going to start invading your jungle constantly, invading your Ancients, as we see Yang doing already.
It certainly feels like it's going to be probably one of the slower times in competitive Dota that a Drow hits the level 6. Because we're 11 minutes in, he's still not got that level 6 armor.
So close. Did he use the tomb? He used the tome as well, right?
I think he must have done. I was going to say, he's a little ahead of himself now. Getting close to the 6, considering the start that was sort of pushed upon him by VGj.Thunder.
And with all these summons,
Dire's bottom tower
with the skeletons as well as the Broodmother Spiderlings, Sylar able to quickly siege his tower. And they're just moving from lane to lane, gonna claim all the towers. It seems.
He's got his 6.
He's got his 6.
Not yet.
Still not yet.
One more. There we
There you
go.
The boost.
There we go. He's got it. So now 27 for the team. I mean, this is the thing about Drow. You can die. You don't have to farm. It's still a pretty significant damage boost for your team. The aura's nice. It doesn't matter what he does.
That quite. I mean, the gold deficit's the big. It's 8k gold lead. Sure, it's only like a 3k experience lead, but that's a lot this early on when you're playing into a Drow line. I mean, Ame's still bottom 3 net worth as the Drow, so he can't really get involved.
No, he just gets run over by the Brood, or as we've seen, just dove upon by both Freeze and Fade with the Phoenix Weaver combo. He
See
cannot
if they
turn
can
up to
find a
fights.
big kill here. Oh, they found Yang. Oh,
Oh, he's a Brood. He's out and he's over.
Oh,
They
it
do the
connects.
Brood. They find him. Got the stun, and they will get the kill.
that looks very strange. X-Nova wave a turret backwards. I think he was. I don't know. Right? He walked up and wave a turret backwards instead of forward.
I'm checking for the wraparound. I don't know. Here we go. They're looking
Yeah, they
for
got
more.
him anyway.
With
It's a
this
nice
Moonlight
Bramble.
Shadow. We'll see if they can find Sylar. Sylar very close to having a Blink Dagger on top of his armlet at this 12-minute point. Of course, all 3 cores of VGj.Thunder looking in a very good place at the moment.
Dire's
They're playing this
bottom
smart now
tower
too.
is
They
under attack.
saw the Drow Ranger top, going invis for a second, and now Sylar buys the blink, jumps onto Chalice right away.
Straight away looks for the play. Onto Chalice, as you say. And Chalice will try and TP, but he's not making it out. The shackle shot comes through from DDC.
I think that's the full Maelstrom now for the Weaver.
It certainly is.
So Freeze already having that spectacular game, just getting better and better.
Oh,
Sylar.
Oh, he's hiding. Oh, they've seen him. He's going to go for the fear, but Sylar blinks to the side. The fear will be cancelled, so he does still have it.
And he's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good spell.
Terrorized.
Sylar may still be able to find a chance. Blink back up.
It's gone for the armlet build. Oh, the old build, right? The build that we used to see most of the time. Just
Well,
armlet.
in the position 1. Surely
in the
still
position
it's...
one. Yeah,
it's
probably
still the default.
It's still probably still the default build. Yeah.
Tower is under attack.
Ame's still just trying to jungle, catch back up.
F1 should go down here again as the spirits do tick it down. Jump forward for Sylar, does find the stun onto Chalice. Magic Missile holds back the Wraith King. But VGj.Thunder taking control of this whole mid area of the map. Got a Storm trying to fight, and they're trying to bring down the Phoenix before he gets the ult off, and they will be able to. They're able to find Fade. Gotta be careful the Yang with a huge spider army. Ready to head forward. Shackle shot not going to connect onto Somnus.
Is so scared. He just instantly runs to the right as the draw ranger. Just like, oh god.
Jumps in again, looking for Chalice. Chalice gets popped. That'll be the buyback as well from Chalice as he looks to throw everything into this fight. X-Nova gets taken down. They do pop the Wraith King once, but Sylar back with that second life. Gets the stun out to Somnus as well as some big crits. That'll be the Storm Spirit gone as well. They haven't managed to find Jang, PSG.LGD, with these buybacks. But again, overall, Thunder definitely the ones coming out on top of these team fights, keeping that lead and advantage consistent, and also in position if anyone of LGD comes out towards this middle lane once again to defend that tower. They'll back up for now.
I'll take that.
It's a very hard game for LGD to get themselves back into, and we have not seen many comebacks at all today, as it seems, at least on this stream. Of course, we are unable to watch all of the other streams. We do not have 4 sets of eyes, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
I wish we did. But on this stream, whenever anyone's sort of got an advantage to game, hasn't been able to swing back.
Ooh, that would have been big there if he actually was going to be able to get Sylar before the blink out. Reincarnate was still down. They need to just try to get some of these pick-off kills. They're not that ulti reliant on the side of LGD, so they have to just try to pick VG.Thunder whenever they're split up. Might be able to find something here. Somnus. Remnant for vision.
They found Fade. Fade does get the dive out though, and he will put the Supernova straight away. They're going to look to go immediately for the egg though. And with that, the egg's taken out. X-Nova does get chased down by the spiders, getting blocked up as well by Yang's micros. They'll find the trade, 1-for-1 Yang. They'll get chased down for more Somnus. He's out of mana. He's got a couple of bottle charges. Is it enough to keep him safe? Oh, that might help him out just enough. He zips up to the high ground, does have the shrine too. So Yang can try and chase, but Somnus just enough mana, and with that Arcane Broom will be able to get himself back to safety.
Still pushed him away, and they got 2 heroes off of the aggressive play that LGD made. How's Ame doing? Level 10. Okay. Going toward the Dragon Lines next. Starting to pick up a little bit more agi, but still feeling very tough for them. And it is coming down to something you were talking about in the draft. They don't really have this frontliner to deal with when Thunder just jumps in forward on them. They're all squishy.
As cool as it is to have 5 ranged, it always just feels like you're really going all in on the draft. It's you don't have that sort of that beef at the front. And as you say, that it just how do they start the fights really? PSG.LGD, the struggle.
It is hard. Maybe looking to try to go for some solo play here. We'll be able to find DDC, TP out, and he's safe. Okay,
that's nice.
Getting themselves back on the board a little bit here.
How's he doing on his Kyron? 1k gold towards the Orchid. Still a bit of time before that will be there.
Still quite far away from it. Not your ideal timing. 6.5k net worth, almost at 20 minutes in.
Thunder.
Easy rush. Won't be
Not
summons.
too much to worry about at all, indeed.
Yep, summons. We've got bugs. We've got lifesteal. Sylar didn't even use the skeletons to terrorize.
Can FY get in there though to do any sort of steal play? Maybe. I mean, he's got X-Nova there as well. Can they do anything to stop Thunder from getting there? Put the Moonlight. They're looking to spook him out. X-Nova swaps into the pit, but there's the stun. X-Nova will fall, and this is not... maybe with the Storm!
Nope, Yang gets it.
He gets the kill, but Yang gets the Aegis. So VGj.Thunder, they're ready to continue to fight onwards.
Oh, Chalice got turned around and leapt backwards. He throws out a crybaby, he knows.
And that is a double kill for Freeze. So it was a nice attempt from the Storm, but wasn't able to pick up the Aegis. Somnus only got the kill with that zip him. They needed the Aegis. I mean, even if he gets the Aegis there, probably doesn't turn things around, but at least means that they're not in this position where there's going to be a Brood on the map with an Aegis.
I mean, yeah, if Somnus gets the Aegis, it's huge, because then he can play a lot more relaxed about farming, and then they don't have the pressure of like, oh my god, we could just lose our last tier 2s, and then the map control's gone. Yeah, in long term it would be pretty massive.
Yeah. We'll see it again. It was a bold attempt. I mean, FY that fantastic sort of terrorize to sort of slow down the attempt and buy time for the rest of PSG.LGD to get into position. Somnus, Invis at the moment, the perfect sort of setup. Goes in with a zip, but Yang just a little too quick on the fingers there to pick up that Aegis.
He did pick it up instantly. Ame top gets quickly brought down. Tons of damage coming out from that Maelstrom build. Even if Ame TPs instantly, they were able to bring him the pain. So BKB, next item of choice on Yang, and maybe he's looking for DDC. They catch in the root as well. DDC should be brought down here.
Oh. Cost FY's life. FY tries to go for the terrorize, but Sylar has the Ray Fire Blast before he can get it out.
So LGD, they're starting to get some kills, bringing it back, but they're not slowing down the net worth advantage or the XP advantage, and they're not actually getting any map control out of these kills. They're just kills. They're not able to transition it into a tower push or anything because they're just completely on the back foot this game. So we're looking at the towers of VG.Thunder, and they're pretty much all full HP, these tier 1s, and it's a drow lineup on the side of LGD. So that's something you never want to see if you do have that drow. 20 minutes in, your map control is totally dwindled.
This has to be one of the, I feel like one of the roughest games for a drow strat we've seen in a while. As you say, you normally see some sort of objective being taken, but this game they've not been able to find anything PSG.LGD.
They get they get the Aegis at least taken out. They don't have to worry themselves about that for the time being. Arrow connects. They'll be able to disengage. All right, small, but significant. They're getting closer and closer to that Orchid on maybe, which they're really gonna need in order to pick off this Weaver. Might get the BKB before. If the Orchid comes out on the Storm before the BKB's finished on the Weaver, that could where we could see some pretty decent comeback for LGD.
He still dies pretty quick.
Yeah, but still very much so on the back foot. And Thunder, they're still looking to hunt. Sylar has gone for a halberd. So very good versus ranged heroes. You know, that extra duration.
I mean, it's just super good against Storm.
And it's amazing. Yeah,
Storm just does nothing in the fight. Sure, he zips in and remnants.
Same with Drow. It's good versus like all those ranged
I mean, yeah,
heroes,
if Arme turns up to the fight, so
If he
at the moment he's keeping himself a mile away from them, and understandably so. But yeah, it ruins like a Storm's fight. And he's not going to build anything to sort of keep him safe from it. Obviously, Somnus does still want to get that Orchid.
Well, they're pinging high ground. Sylar wants to try to jump forward here. Quick move by FY.
Still pushing onwards.
We have skeletons as well.
Zip forward. Oh, they get the terrorize onto the two of them.
Slowing them down a bit while Ame tries to push up top. He's hiding for now. TP reaction comes. Ame will leave. So Orchid's done, and I think it is before the Weaver's BKB. So eyes on maybe to try to bring this one back for his team.
Yeah, not too much. Well, he's about 1k gold away from the BKB. So
I mean, they have to smoke.
It's a small window, but they have to. Yeah, they've got to try and do something in this time.
They're showing Somnus on the map too. They're having him push out through
the
this,
scan.
but scan immediately.
They know what's up.
They knew.
They know exactly that it's a smoke play as well, because they had the actual vision with the spiders. So they knew if they could see some movement, they could have seen it, but they know it's a smoke.
Or Moonlight Shadow, but yeah.
Sure, that's true. Okay, Moonlight Shadow. And now smoke up in reaction from Thunder. See if they could sort of catch LGD sort of on the return.
I mean, they're fine with taking a 5-on-5 fight straight on. It's however, if LGD is able to find someone in the back lines, kill them, and then they get a numbers advantage, is where LGD could look to start to come back. LGD sees this Obs Ward placed down, so they know that Thunder is smoked right outside their back base.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Quick
under
Hurricane
attack.
Pike. Ame will be fine.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Moonlight Shadow. They actually get anything. They know that LGD's Moonlight Shadow too, because FY's poking bottom tower. But he should be able to get this tower. With that Drow aura.
Alright.
Radiant's bottom
An
tower
extra
is under
64
attack.
right click.
There you
Not
go.
bad.
Hey, every little thing matters right now.
Sort of doubling the right click of the Willa.
Yeah, and FY, although he's had a bit of a rough time this game, still level 12 on the Willow now, so does have that extra damage coming out from the Bedlam. 2 and 7 on FY.
But that timing with the Orchid, as we said, not really been able to be used as BKB. It's pretty much there for freeze.
Mm-hmm.
Couple
Maybe.
more creeps in, they'll have it.
Maybe Fade. Might show a little bit too far. If he shows up top, this could be where Somnus tries to jump. He wants the rune instead. I know Fade, by the way, went for the Midas on the Phoenix this game.
He did. Got about the 19-minute mark
Yeah.
as well. Very good time.
Yeah.
Which is it's really going to help keep him ahead, especially in this game where they are more than happy to sort of let it go on.
Yeah.
Thunder against this round strap.
Has to be careful with dying, though, as this Phoenix. And he just showed the Fire Spirits on the side lanes here. Somnus might be hunting for him here with this Invis on the left. Let's get a glimpse of him for a second.
Straight in.
Quick
And should be an easy kill.
arrow misses, but more than enough damage from the burn from the Orchid.
It looked like he, yeah, with the one charge of the
It looked like he
on
lived
the
for,
urn,
yeah, for almost.
he was close to having the chance to pop Supernova
Very
after
close.
the soul burn, but yeah, not enough heal.
Pretty big though. It's every little thing is significant for LGD right now, because the experience in particular. That's a Phoenix who was what, like level 14? Well, 14 when Somnus kills. So now level 18 on the Storm Spirit. And Ame's recovered pretty decently as well too. Had those
Considering
the
the
5
start that
deaths that he has started
yeah,
with. He's got Yasha, he's got Treads, Hurricane Pike. Take what you can get, right? And they're starting to get some breathing room on the map. Why? Looking to be in a lot of trouble here.
Quick chase down from pretty much the entire team.
They try to take as much as they can. They're like, FY's dying. All right, pop, like, just start pushing down towers, auto attack waves as much as you can. Just make sure that we have the momentum at least pushing onto Thunder's side. So these kills, it's just a kill. It's not a kill that leads into anything.
Shadows, take us.
Got a
Radiant's
Moonlight
bottom
Shadow.
tower is under attack.
Maybe he's going to start stepping up here. Look if he can find anything while they're split up. They know the Weaver's bottom.
Is Somnus going to show? He is.
It's just all about the runes.
Radiant's top tower
We just
is
got a
under
Roche
attack.
timer, right? 136 for Roche. Any other big items? So it's gonna be. So it's from Yang. This is the adjusted build because you're versus Storm Spirit and you don't have the greatest lockdown by any means. It's gonna be that Hex for the Brood after BKB Diffusal. So you can understand the adjustment in that
Radiant's
case.
top tower is under attack.
Siler hasn't really gone for this like full damage build either. We talked about, you know, oh, the armlet, sure, but the halberd, it gives you a little bit of right click, but it's more so just about survivability and denying, you know, one of those ranged heroes from attacking as much. And did Siler went for the strength build too, right? Oh no, he did go for the skeleton's attack damage. Okay, good. That's the new thing.
Somnus did come in with a big zip there. Was hoping that Xnova could find the swap to open up onto the Weaver.
Getting close to Bloodstone as well.
Quick,
Now this
that triple leap TP was enough to save.
had to use all 3. I only heard 2. Okay.
Yeah, he pops all 3 for that.
Yeah.
And he needed to. I think, yeah, if he only had 2,
Oh, agreed.
he would not have quite made the distance.
Will perish. His illusion. Showing some vengeance to DDC.
Bottom. Oh, mate. Immediately TPing out.
They're slowing it down.
They are.
They really are. They're
Yeah,
not starting
yeah.
to swing the advantage much. The experience is kind of bouncing back and forth, but they're slowing the pace down for Somnus to get closer and closer toward that Bloodstone at least. And for Ame to have had a spectacular recovery.
Still, it's
Radiant's top tower is under
10k lead,
attack.
and as you say, it's going to be a question of when we see Thunder try and really go forward and break the base. And bottom lane, freeze. Is he forced to pop the BKB there? As he is gone upon by Somnus.
Smart thing that Somnus can start doing is just when he thinks that the Weaver is positioned alone, just go for that to reduce those BKBs. Once it gets down to 5 seconds, Weaver becomes a lot weaker in this game. From the gusts as well as that Storm making those moves around.
And having to use the Supernova there, Fate.
Yeah.
Yes, they do spook him. They get the jump on him.
So LGD, they're starting, you know, you're starting to see that, the moves around the map, them forcing reactions from Thunder. Oh,
Oh,
the Yules.
we got the setup, and this time round, there's no Supernova to save it.
They're starting. I mean, they're really starting to split up the map. They're pushing the side lanes heavily. I think I've been seeing Ame, for the most part, using the precision aura to push out the lanes and get these pickoffs because of it. Right now, he's holding it.
Yeah, I'm very close to that hit. 900 gold is going to be there. If you can get in and get on top of the Storm Spirit, who of course doesn't have any defensive items at the moment, Somnus. Going for the aggression, the Orchid Kaya, Bloodstone. So in terms of save, obviously Terrorize can be very nice. Swap as well. So it's going to be a lot on X-Nova to make those big swap saves. And once the Hex is in play for Yang.
Yeah. They haven't seen any type of reveal. They only well, now they do. They see the ulti orb plus the Voidstone, so they could have an idea about that Hex coming out soon. We could see Somnus after the Bloodstone either queue up the Lincolns or BKB.
Radiant's top tower is
Chalice.
under attack.
No leaps available.
Did you find the Ray Fire Blast?
Oh, but FY's gonna fear them away, so he's fine. He's
I
fine.
mean, sure.
Either
way, the Terrorize is going to come through.
Yeah, it was almost done. The animation's almost finished anyway.
So the two of them, DDC and Sylar, should be sent back, and Chalice should be fine.
Yep. Bye bye. Caught by the Brambles. FY actually wants to commit forward, looking for the kill here onto DDC.
Doesn't quite get it because the wind runs out. They do have X-Nova coming in from the side with the Magic Missile, but the Shackle Shot for DDC already out onto FY, holding him down so Sylar can crit into him. DDC does get the blink away as he looks to kite X-Nova. X-Nova gets the swap back into the Magic Missile. Not enough to finish off DDC though, as Thunder are able to keep him alive.
I didn't think they were going to re-engage. I thought they were just going to disengage off that,
Terrorize
right?
and get out of there,
Yeah, I thought it was a Terrorize into disengage.
I mean, to be fair, it did look like FY was going to have the damage to kill DDC. It was very close. It's mid lane.
Ame.
BKB's popped. Chasing down Ame. Takes down one. He can look towards Chalice. Got any leaps back up?
He has one.
He has one. Jang will not try and commit for more. Doesn't want to get too greedy. But with that kill, he's got the gold for the full Hex. Can look to get that out to him. And there's also Yule Scepter. Finished, of course, on Fade, so doesn't have to sort of panic use the Supernova if he gets silenced.
Yeah.
Well, not that he could. Wait, what am I about?
What do you mean?
Well, of course he can't use the Supernova
Well,
if
yeah,
he's
of course
silenced.
not, but
Yeah.
well, if he gets, you
But
know,
yeah, he had.
then,
Yeah,
he has a way to save.
He has a
himself.
way to save himself.
We understood what you meant.
Yeah. Well, I hope Twitch chat did.
I understood what you meant. So Moonlight Shadow. Seems we have a little bit of lag. So 30 seconds, no drow. They've got Moonlight Shadow coming out. We see FY already positioning himself. Puts a sentry down, make sure he's not under vision. Getting into position. Terrorize is on cooldown for 8 seconds. And Somnus has started the TP, or almost finishing the TP already. In the mid lane. Will they make it in time? I don't believe so. Just too quick.
I mean, now it really does feel like Thunder have all the tools to go high ground. But this is the time to push it. With your Hex, you got your BKB on Sylar.
Okay, so Chalice went for the Lincoln, so he's probably just going to have to throw that Lincoln's non-stop onto Somnus, and I think Somnus has to go for more greed. I think, yeah, Shiva's BKB. I think Sting still needs BKB on the Storm. He is the damage dealer in all those fights.
Yeah, and he's got that aura. As you say, he can afford to sort of go BKB because he's got a tasty plus 81 being sent out to him by the Drow. It's a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage. So, yeah, some slight issues in the LGD room, unfortunately. It's going to be hard for LGD. They really need Somnus to go off, and we've seen it in the past. You know, Somnus Storm Spirit.
He's done it. He has definitely done it in the past.
He's the player to watch.
Ooh, they paused, and look at his last hits right now. Look at Somnus's last hits while they paused.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, God.
Oh, look at that. The memes are good.
The conspiracy.
Damn.
He'll be back.
It's always, I see this for pro. Am I just bad? Like, well, I am just bad.
Which
But
one?
I see a lot of pro teams, they don't deny a lot. Is there just a point of the game where
Why
you
would
never
you?
deny?
You know,
You get
after
some
laning
XP,
phase,
you
like,
know?
yeah,
You get
it's,
some
it's
XP.
so
Is it just-
minimal later on.
Yeah. Like this game, it's like, yeah, Somnus only 8 denies. Never denies creeps.
Last game, nobody had over 15 denies.
Yeah.
Or over 12 denies. This game,
Is
I
it
think
just-
it's like 11. Or like 15. Actually,
I guess
something
it's
like
because the XP gain is so small, and you would much rather just have
equilibrium.
waves pushing in.
Yeah, you want to have it
You
pushing
don't-
out more. I mean, maybe we don't know. Maybe nobody knows.
What do you mean?
Maybe it is worth denying more. Maybe people just don't
Well,
know.
I'm sure you got the best teams in the world here, not denying, and more than, as you say, more than sort of 15 denies in a game.
Yeah, I have seen games where people have like 40 denies though, but that's like usually when the lane's really stompy.
Okay. Yeah, when you see just straight up, yeah, I guess they're all condensed in sort of the laning state, the early 10 minutes of the game, really. After that point, no one ever denies.
Can they set something up bottom for freeze? Can they swap into an arrow or something cool? They look like they want to try for something.
It's tricky, as you say. He's got the BKB, so he's quick with the reaction.
Arrow into stun. Let's see.
Can they do a flashy play? Oh, they get the magic missile to open up with the
though.
creeps. They can't get the follow-up arrow.
Now Xnova.
He's just dead.
He's dead.
And Chalice as well. Has he got a TP? He does have a TP.
Their base is being pushed now too. Xnova forced to buy back.
Yeah, Yang's just straight in. He's got a BKB and Hex ready. He still has that Aegis, of course. And that is the fortification used. DVC tries the Shackle Shot, doesn't find the connection. Sylar going in on the very front of it all.
Ooh, Somnus jumps through, gets lots of spiders.
He takes Sylar down the once, but Yang he just goes in straight away. He's got the Hex down. There'll be the Force trying to separate FY from the rest of the team, and it will keep FY safe.
They'll back out after that. All right. Got an Xnova buyback. They got the tower anyway.
Yeah. This is the buyback there. Fortification was also used there by LGD. I was going to. That's a bit of a different talent taking it. Normally you get the extra attacks to kill, right, on Weaver.
Yes, normally.
So we've got a bit of a change up there.
Yeah, I did see him take it, and my mind didn't even like. I was just like, oh, he took the swarm.
I always feel hesitant because I remember, I believe at the start, the armor reduction didn't actually work. So there's a period of time where you should take it because the talent didn't actually do anything.
Oh.
I'm sure it does now because those things get fixed up. But there was a period of time where, it was actually you don't take it didn't do anything.
I see most people take the swarm attacks to kill.
But I guess this is nice because you had the fiery spirits. So for a start, it's already very hard to kill the bugs. So you don't need to really worry about them staying alive. You just want to worry about them just doing as much as they can.
Yeah, it helps you kill people faster. The armor negation just comes in quicker. Here's the siege. It's thrown. Yeah.
Somnus.
Zip across. Does a lot.
Yeah, terrorize. Yeah, sort of rendered unable to do anything in response. That will mean that Reincarnate's popped again. The supernova, as expected,
will die,
dies instantly.
Yep. They're ready to jump forward again here.
But they do get the swap back onto Yan. That's going to be the Aegis popped. So let's put the BKB as well. Can LGD get another kill out of this? Yang immediately BKBs. BKBs.
They want to chase. They want to chase. Somnus is ready to jump.
F1's got the control onto DDC. Somnus zips 40, finds one.
Bloodstone charge.
And the melee racks, they took a bit of a beating, but they didn't go down.
Oh, I thought it had died.
No,
Okay,
they
that's
kept it
really
alive.
big there. Yep.
They kept it alive, LGD.
Get themselves 2 bloodstone charges as well. Get themselves some nice needed experience. We see that swing coming in on the graph.
I'm starting to certainly see glimmers of this Somnus Storm Spirit.
And FY too, having like the blink in the Yule Scepter now, almost level 18. That's where we start seeing. I mean, usually it's like level 12 where you start the power of the Willow and all, but he's getting his levels.
And of course the push, we haven't really got to see it in full force, but when it does come out from LGD with this Drow lineup, it's still going to be as strong as ever.
Yeah. And it's still, I mean, we kind of expect from the draft. There's 5 ranged heroes, there's a Supernova. It's going to be very hard for the Supernova to get off unless they're all defending it, or he's got high talents or high levels, something like that from the Supernova hit count.
Chase down. Looking for FY, but we will see a quick replay again. This mid lane defense not quite able to finish off that Rax. As at that point it did look like it was going down, but as you can see with the Terrorize, with Yang having to back away, there was just no one around to finish off that melee Rax.
I mean, it's a 5 ranged high ground defense with a Storm Spirit. So Storm just keeps zipping back and forth, and they're able to kind of act as these like artilleries in the back with their attack range.
Well, bottom lane, the push continuing. There's another tier 2 being threatened by LGD's Drow strat as it's finally coming into play.
And they're starting to get vision out as well on the map because they're actually able to move out. So they put a ward around the Ancients. They're keeping tabs on Thunder right now. Starting to feel a lot of signs of life from LGD as they also have a potential full Lincoln Sphere for the Storm Spirit.
level 20 now on armor, so even more that extra marksmanship, agility.
Yep. Every little thing. Full MKB. Ame's a big damage dealing force.
He absolutely is.
Full MKB.
A beautiful recovery. If you just remember what position this guy was in. 11.5 minutes in, I believe was when he hit the level 6.
Yep.
Died 3 times in the first 4 minutes of laning stage. Was left alone. You know, FI was like, this lane, it's irrecoverable. I'm out of it. But now at this point, 36 minutes in, he's made that recovery. And that start was now suddenly feeling like a distant past, as LGD absolutely with a chance in this game now.
Yep. FY is getting close to Hex on the Willow. So almost level 22. The damage really starts to be pumped out by this Dark Willow. Can't be something you overlook.
Yeah, with the drought, everyone's a right-click carry.
Yeah. Remember Willow 25, right? Yep. 200 attack speed. Let's go. Throw me Drower on top.
Oh. We might get to see that.
We might get to see that.
It is slowing down.
It's more, I mean, his control is going to be the strong thing in the fights, especially having
but
Hex
200 attack speed.
Yeah. But 5.5 second terrorize is also...
Yeah, the skill's already too broken. You know, he doesn't want to go overkill F1.
Drower was used a bit ago. That's why we see the lanes. The momentum has started to push a bit in favor of LGD, except for that top lane where the skeletons are beasts. 72 damage. Look at them go. Ame will kill them all. 5 gold. 5 gold. 5 gold. How much did they originally give? They gave 15 when they first were added, right? The skeletons. It was a lot. I remember it being
at
a
least
lot.
50. Was it even more?
Maybe it might have been more. I remember them just being like, not worth even using them. And they had no magic resist, I think.
They're in a good place. Maybe too much of a good place. We're seeing Wraith King. He's hot at the moment.
He is.
He's the hero to pick. Across pretty much all the regions as well.
The pace of the game has really slowed down. It's great for LGD. Tri-ranged carry with the Drow lineup, with auras. As the game progresses, you're not losing your base versus a Broodmother who's gone for the Hex build, and as well as a Wraith King who went for Halberd, and he's more of a team-oriented build rather than him being a hard carry.
I mean, it's going to be so hard to catch Summonus out with that Lincoln Sphere. Like, if he plays well, which, I mean, he's Summonus, he's going to play well. He probably isn't going to be caught out.
You just jinxed him. You said that. You said that last game.
But then Sylar did win the game still.
He did win the game.
But we may see the Summonus die a few times.
Fair.
Here we go. Smoke play, ready to go. LGD heading out on the map.
They're looking pretty scary now. Everyone's buying Lincolns. Everyone's trying to deal with the little bit of control that Thunder does have. Lincoln Storm, Lincoln's Drow coming up soon, Lincoln's Mirana. And they've bought a gem, but that's the gem set base for now. So you can feel LGD is really feeling much more confident now than they did in the beginning of this game.
Maelstrom.
Maelstrom.
For Yang.
So he's gone. Did he go for full Mjolnir? Yeah, it's the full Mjolnir. Okay. So wants to have his own damage dealing force. Because his right click is not really that scary right now. But with that added in, it'll get a bit better. But he actually went for the spider attack damage over the attack speed talent as well on Broodmother. So he's really not... They really have... The freeze is their hard carry in the way that they've itemized, right? And their decisions of talents. Because the Wraith King also went for the other ones. And bottom, Somnus, freeze. Doesn't even get a BKB out of him. But yeah, they went for skeleton attack damage and all that, which is the build now on the Wraith King. But same thing with the Brood. They're both just these kind of supporting carries for the Weaver.
We'll jump forward mid. Chalice, save for the Lincolns. In fact, Somnus is going to throw his down as well in an attempt to save him. Still, they find the Red Fire Blast. They've got the Hex as well. Terrorize is going to be attempted, but the BKB is already popped by Sylar, so we can fight through it. By next Nova. Was able to save Chalice with that swap, but now Chalice still going to be chased down. Got the control. Ray Fire Blast comes out upon him. A double kill for Sylar.
Oh, that was the... X-Nova had just picked up the gem off the courier and dies. It's just dropped in the middle lane, but... I don't think anybody else noticed it. Now it's time to try to delay
Middle barracks
the Storm
are
Zip.
under attack.
Let's see if Thunder can get away with taking this melee race this time round. They're pushing in on the side of it all. It's going to be the stun, but the heal coming out from the Phoenix should be enough to keep Yang safe. He's able to get the BKB out. Sylar isn't going to fall quite yet. Does have to reincarnate. Can they pop it? He's got the arm that toggles. Sylar juking it down the trees. Reincarnate will be popped. BKB popped by Freeze. He looks to commit straight away. They've got the Hex onto Chalice. Chalice tries to jump away. The Supernova, will it be successful this time round? They're trying to beat it down. Can they take it out? They can, but they've already lost 3 heroes in LGD. Make that 4 as Arme falls as well. Buys back. Somnus trying his best to zip around, but he's low on mana. Has to retreat. Will be able to find DDC as well with that play. But again, Thunder coming back on top of the team fights this time. They were able to finish off the melee racks as well.
Somnus just not powerful enough to get it all going. FY and Chalice also just died pretty much at the start of the fight. Making it much harder for them. The Supernova that time placed in a great spot, level 20 as well, so it takes a couple more hits. They have to commit a lot forward to actually killing it. Uh-oh, Hex, Somnus. They've got the extra control from the stun. The 4-step though from Ame.
Ooh!
Ame.
Saves him with the Hurricane Pike. I was close. Somnus.
Oh, finds a regen.
Oh, there we go.
And pretty much has the full Shiva's Guard, so we'll see this again. Look at all the skeletons as well as the little spiders all hitting the racks. Even though jump through comes in, the racks pretty much dies from all that.
But just the sort of the time it takes to, for them to take down one person and then as it was just Sylar's reincarnate there at the start. Which is far too long.
Chalice had to commit the leap forward to do that, then gets hexed, killed quickly by the BKB from Freeze. FY walks in to try to kill Yang, gets the cheese off, so all these little things.
And the Supernova, it did its job there. You saw everyone was hitting it, which meant that the rest of Thunder could just pick them off whilst they were focusing down the Supernova. They were in a bit of a tricky situation. They had to kill the Supernova to get rid of it. But at the same time, if they're not retreating or trying to sort of run around.
Will they make it in time? It's dead already. Do they pick up everything? They do. Somnus isn't there in time.
Somnus, quick zip out. Just have to be careful. They do get the arrow down. We'll be able to take him down once, Sylar.
Quick swap.
Nova trying to keep Somnus safe after Somnus does get hexed. He's able to zip away. Freeze tries to look towards Chalice. The BKBs are out. They've got the stun onto Arme. Arme. Terrorize attempted in it, using an attempt to try and keep Arme safe, but it's not going to work. That's Arme dead for 110 seconds. Somnus.
They're going for Yang though.
He's got the control on Yang, and with the burst, they found him. Somnus, can he get anything more out of this? They've got the root onto Sylar. Freeze turning towards Somnus. Somnus still with mana in the tank to zip away. Hex is down onto the Weaver, but after he's used Shikuchi, so he's still got the movement speed. Freeze. FY trying to play around with him, but the buyback comes out from Fade. So Somnus, he is keeping himself alive and able to sort of dance around these fights.
Yeah, important that he got level 25 as well on the Storm before the fight, so that auto distant remnant starts coming out, damage starts increasing, also finishes up the Shivas too, helps them be able to take control of the fights, and just good control coming out from them. They had this little high ground advantage, they could keep getting the pokes off, they forced the Aegis relatively early. Why?
They found him.
Sylar here.
Outside of the base, they've got the Hex, they've got the drag back, they'll take him down the once. Can they do it another time?
The arrow connects.
They've got the perfect stun duration, as that is indeed Sylar. Dead for 100. Yang has bought back for this as well. Buying back because of the pressure LGD are applying that.
Look how much gold they got for killing Sylar too. 1,200 to FY.
Ooh.
So after having that Hex finished up a bit ago, another 3,000 gold on this Willow.
They're keeping the pressure on their Moonlight Shadowing and getting straight back in LGD.
There's no Sylar. They're trying to get some type of pick-off. There's full mana on Somnus with an Arcane Rune.
Who are they going to find? They've got their eyes towards bottom as FY is in with the setup. Pops the Lincolns, follows up with the Hex, and the setup's there to take down Freeze.
They're looking for more too. They jump forward. They force the buyback. They're going to reset. That is... It was a 17k gold lead, I think 3 or 4 minutes ago.
Oh, it's slipping away.
It's gonna keep chunking down on that graph, because it was actually 3 minutes ago when they were going for the kills that it was 17.
Somnus straight in immediately. They've got the control. There's the Terrorize as well, sending the rest of them back. The Hex is down onto Somnus. Will slow down the Storm Spirit a little bit, but they stand their ground. Healing up with the Urn. Fortification will come out from Thunder. We'll see how strong LGD want to stand their ground here outside of the base. It's looking better and better for LGD as this game goes on.
It's crazy looking at the levels coming out. Level 24 on FY, level 14 X Nova, the commit forward.
Somnus is just straight in, looking towards the back line. Zips past towards Sylar, but Sylar has the BKB. The Hex is out onto onto Somnus, but again, very hard for them to really follow up after the Hex is popped down. And Somnus has the backup. He's ready to go straight back in. Looks for the control onto Silo. They'll pop him once. There's going to be a buyback from Freeze. So he looks to join the fight here. Yang looking to head forward with the BKB, but with the leap and with the zip, they can keep their distance, LGD.
And they were fine with doing this with just 4 heroes. Ame was actually just running around collecting bounties, pushing out the mid lane, doing his own thing while his team just sat there as 4. With what seemed like no fear. And oh, another Arcane Rune for Somnus for that bottle. So again, they're going to look for a fight. There's even a regen top. He didn't quite see it, but
25 Bloodstone charges as well.
they're looking to just keep going now. They've put VG.Thunder on the back foot and actually completely closed the gold gap. It's down to 0. A 20,000 or 18,000 or 17,000 gold swing in the span of a few minutes.
Mid lane. Actually, a bit of an aggressive play. Sylar just went straight in.
He's got Refresher Shard.
Let's see if they can fight around it. That's the question. Somnus still looking to take down Sylar another time. He pops the BKB on the side. FY does get hexed up. Can they kill him off in time? He's still alive for now. FY actually gets himself off the side, finally falls. They get FY down for 90. Freeze finds Xnova as well. Buyback from FY. Xnova does not have buyback available, so he'll be unable to get back, but Freeze has fallen. Somnus just zipping around, getting the big kills on the back. That's Somnus dead for 100 seconds. Sorry, the Freeze dead for 100 seconds is Somnus. He's just finding kill after kill. Double kill.
Regen rune on Somnus.
I mean, that's 4 dead without buyback. That's got to be GG. Somnus' Storm Spirit stepping it up. The LGD, against all odds, keeping it cool in this game, dragging it on to this point.
Dude, Arcane Rune, Regen Rune. He didn't get hit for a majority of that regen either, just zipping back and forth in the fights, dropping auto remnants the whole time.
And they're
And
just
they're
going
just
tier
for
4s.
tier 4s, and they've done it.
Yeah,
They've
so
actually done it.
look at that, boys
Look
and
how
girls.
fast this
A
dies.
Drow strat gets crushed in 11 minutes. The opening looking to be one of the worst Drow starts we've ever seen. But LGD bring it back big time and get the win here to equalize in this 2-game series 1-1. But
FY,
a very impressive comeback from LGD that game.
I think FY and Somnus, for me, were definitely the MVPs on LGD. FY had a really rough early game start, too, and then in the mid-game and later game had clutch terrorizes, clutch catches with the Brambles as well into arrows multiple times in the fights. And then, yeah, Somnus kind of he just went beast mode. That's just, right, that's why we love Maybe. That's why he does these kind of things. When he plays Storm, when he plays Shadowflame, when he plays these flashy things, that's his chill, man.
It is. I want to see some more Storm. I want to see some Quap. I want to see some SF. I want to see some Invoker. Probably unlikely, but there's, as you said, this is the guy to watch when it comes to sort of just solo individual flashy big plays as the game goes on. What a game indeed for PSG.LGD. They will get that second game in the bag, but as we saw, VGj.Thunder able to take the first. So 1-1 the series ends. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. There is more Dota 2, of course, to come today. Much more. As we'll have some more for you just after a short break. We'll see you very soon.